Hello and welcome to our channel, your one-stop shop for a comprehensive exploration of faith and wisdom. This channel serves as your personal sanctuary where we delve deep into the intricate tapestry of religious texts and metaphysical ideology. If this is your first foray into our enlightening content, we encourage you to subscribe and join our community. This thriving platform is a place of spiritual camaraderie where we collectively demystify the enigmatic messages and profound teachings hidden in the nooks and crannies of Holy Scriptures. Today we have an enthralling episode in store for you. We are standing on the precipice of a journey that delves into heart of a profound passage from the Old Testament, Proverbs 3:5-6. This excerpt, a golden repository of wisdom, encourages us to submit our worldly understanding to the divine, fostering a relationship of complete trust in the omnipotent. In this episode, we'll meticulously dissect the historical context of this passage. We will shed light on the societal norms of the time it was written, the author's intentions, and the expected reaction of the original audience. We will also explore the spiritual significance of this passage, offering deep insights into its theological implications and its enduring relevance to our modern world. As we venture into this ocean of wisdom, we urge you to actively engage with us. Feel free to share your thoughts, insights, or personal experiences relating to these verses. You could also comment on the philosophical interpretations or propose your own understanding. We believe every perspective can ignite a spark to light up the cavernous depths of scriptural understanding. Your engagement not only enriches our collective understanding, but also fosters a sense of community on this platform. It is through the amalgamation of diverse insights that we can make our exploration more profound, vibrant, and meaningful. So let's bridge the divide between past and present, between the divine and human understanding as we unravel the wisdom in Proverbs 3:5-6. As this riveting journey unfolds, stay tuned and participate actively. Don't forget to hit the like button and spread the word about these enlightening journeys we undertake together. Without further ado, let's dive into the wisdom contained in Proverbs 3:5-6. Stay tuned and let's explore this fascinating journey together. A warm welcome to all who have tuned in. We gather here today to shed light on an insightful passage taken from the revered Old Testament, Proverbs 3:5-6. It's not just an ordinary scripture, but a chest full of wisdom and guidance, an invitation to trust in the divinity of the Lord fully, and a reminder that we should not lean on our limited understanding alone. Today we are not merely reading these powerful words, but we are going to dissect and understand their historical circumstances, their profound spiritual significance, and how they shape our lives. Each word, each phrase in this scripture is like a beacon of light, guiding us on a path of faith, resolve, and ultimately success. We are aiming to peel back the layers of these verses to grasp the depth of their meaning and to realize their relevance in our modern lives. It's more than just words. It's a lifestyle, a mindset, a belief system that can profoundly alter our existence. By comprehending this scripture, we are inviting not just superficial changes, but deep, impactful transformations into our lives that resonate at a spiritual level. Our journey today is more than a simple exploration. It's a pilgrimage to the heart of the wisdom enshrined in the Proverbs. So, sit tight, open your hearts and minds, and stay with us as we embark on an enlightening voyage through Proverbs 3:5-6. Let's journey into the wisdom contained in Proverbs. Let's dive into our topic for today, Proverbs 3:5-6. This passage, a radiant beacon of solace in times of uncertainty, reads as follows: "Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to him, and he will make your paths straight." In a world that often leans towards a self-centered perspective, these words offer a different path. They are a gentle but firm encouragement to place unwavering trust in the Lord, to not rely solely on our personal understanding, but to recognize his presence in every action, every decision, every breath that we take. This verse provides us with a promise. When we willingly submit to his will, he will illuminate our path, not just any path, but a path that leads us towards achievement, fulfillment, and divine purpose. It's not a promise devoid of hardship or challenge, but a promise that through it all, we will be guided toward our divinely ordained destination. This instructive passage encourages us to examine our own paradigms, to question whether we are leaning too heavily on our own understanding and not enough on the Lord's wisdom. It's a call to entrust the Lord with every aspect of our lives, our hopes, our dreams, our fears, our plans, our past, and our future. By doing so, we acknowledge our limitations and invite His unlimited wisdom and guidance into every facet of our lives. We admit that we are not the sole architects of our fate, but are part of a grand design, a divine plan where the Lord is the master weaver, intertwining our threads of life with His divine purpose. Proverbs 3:5-6 isn't merely a verse in the Bible, it's a proclamation, an invitation to alter the way we view our lives and our faith, to shift our perspective from a human-centered approach to a God-centered one. It's a pledge from the Lord, promising us that when we put our trust in Him, He will guide us on a straight path towards not just success, but divine fulfillment. This verse beckons us to pause, reflect, and internalize its message. It encourages us to let its wisdom shape our approach to faith and life. It invites us to let go of our self-reliance and embrace a faith that is active, dynamic, and transforming. It prompts us to trust in His divine wisdom even when our understanding falls short. In essence, Proverbs 3:5-6 is an invitation to a deeper, more meaningful relationship with the Lord. It is a promise of His unfailing guidance, a reminder of His infinite wisdom, and a call to trust in Him, wholly, completely, and without reservation. So let us take a moment to reflect on this verse, to internalize its profound message, and let it shape our approach to faith in every aspect of our lives. A powerful verse indeed, filled with wisdom and guidance. To truly grasp the depth of these words, we need to journey back in time. Embark with us on a journey to the ancient period of the Old Testament, specifically to the book of Proverbs. This collection of wisdom is traditionally attributed to King Solomon, a significant figure renowned for his divine wisdom. Considered one of the most insightful men of his time, Solomon was more than a king. He was a man who valued wisdom over material wealth. This trait of his, so unusual for rulers of the era, was highly favored by God, leading to an abundance of bestowed wisdom. During the peaceful period of the 10th century BC, Solomon composed the book of Proverbs, which served as a guidebook, providing invaluable insights into the everyday life. This was a time of tranquility and prosperity, and the book reflected that spirit. The wisdom gained from generations was shared orally amongst the people, gradually shaping societal norms and values. This knowledge formed the backbone of the society, its essence captured in the Proverbs that covered a vast array of topics. The Proverbs ranged from dealing with family dynamics to maintaining business ethics that transcends time. Today, the verses we'll be studying in depth are Proverbs 3:5-6. These specific verses serve as a reminder for us to trust in God's wisdom above our own. They emphasize the importance of recognizing God in all aspects of life, a revolutionary idea in a period when the sacred and secular were often seen as separate entities. This radical concept challenged the existing beliefs of the time, breaking the barriers between the divine and the mundane and laying the foundation for a deeper, more holistic understanding of faith. These verses are timeless, offering an eternal wisdom that isn't merely relevant but essential to navigate the complexities of life. They propose that true success lies in the complete acceptance and submission to the divine will of God. Despite being composed in an era starkly different from ours, and in a culture, these verses continue to resonate deeply with people across the globe, transcending cultural, temporal, and geographical boundaries. This is the true wonder of Scripture. The power of Scriptures lies in their ability to maintain relevance throughout history. The wisdom they offer is deeply rooted in historical contexts, yet they transcend time, providing guidance and solace in all phases of life. Thus, each verse, each proverb, is a testament to the enduring nature of divine wisdom. Understanding the history behind these words provides us a richer understanding. Before we move on, let's take a deeper look at Proverbs 3:5-6. To truly grasp the depth of these verses, we first highlight, trust in the Lord with your heart. The Hebrew word batach is the origin of the term trust used here. It signifies a feeling of utmost security and unwavering confidence in the divine power. However, it's essential to understand that this trust isn't just a passive belief, rather an absolute active reliance on the Supreme. The phrase "with all your heart" indicates a complete and unbroken trust, stripped bare of any traces of skepticism, and a trust that is encompassing and whole, devoid of half-heartedness. The next part of the verse, "and lean not on your own understanding," warrants our attention. The term lean is derived from the Hebrew word shan, signifying to support oneself. This part of the verse carries a warning. It urges us not to depend solely on our human understanding, which is frequently marked by limitations and can be flawed. It cautions against the pitfalls of overconfidence in knowledge, reminding us that our comprehension and judgment might not be infallible. We then move to "in all your ways submit to him." Here the term submit is a translation from the Hebrew word yada, meaning to recognize or acknowledge. This is not a mere recognition of the divine power, but an active surrender to God's will in every sphere of life, a clear instruction to acknowledge his omnipotence in our ways. It signifies a conscious, deliberate surrender to the will of the divine, a surrender that extends to every aspect of our existence. The final part of the verse states, "and he will make your paths straight." The phrase "make your paths straight" is a metaphorical expression implying that God guides us along the right path, providing the much-needed direction in our lives. It paints a vivid picture of God as the ultimate guide, steering towards the path of righteousness and away from the road of misdirection. There are countless interpretations of this verse, each unique and insightful. Some perceive it as a call to total reliance on God and urging to trust him completely without reservations. Others interpret it as a guide to balance faith with understanding, a caution against the dangers of blind faith, suggesting a harmonious of trust in divine wisdom and personal understanding. However, despite the diversity in interpretation, central theme remains constant, an unequivocal endorsement for trust in God's wisdom over our own. This verse advocates for an overwhelming belief in divine wisdom and unwavering trust in God's plan, even when our understanding seems to dictate otherwise. It's a powerful reminder that our wisdom is limited, and true wisdom lies in trusting divine judgment. Therefore, Proverbs 3, 5, 6 provides us with an intriguing perspective on faith, trust, and divine wisdom, shedding light on the profound significance of these concepts in our spiritual journey. It's profound echo of the ancient wisdom that urges us to trust divine wisdom over our limited understanding. With this deeper understanding, let's continue our exploration of Proverbs 3, 5, 6. Now let's delve into the spiritual significance of Proverbs 3, 5, 6. This verse, taken from the book of Proverbs, is a profound piece of wisdom that has the power to reshape our lives and perspective of faith. It calls us to trust in God with unwavering faith, a faith built on rock and not on shifting sand. This trust is not an ordinary one, but a trust that gets rid of doubt and fear, a trust that pushes us beyond our zone and into a realm of divine peace. The verse urges us to lean not on our limited understanding, a kind of understanding clouded by our human frailties and limitations. Rather, it prompts us to rely on God's wisdom, an eternal wisdom that transcends our understanding and comprehension. This wisdom is not just, it is a divine understanding, that omniscience, an understanding that never fails nor falters. It reminds us that our perspectives, valuable and unique, are often clouded by biases and emotions, a skewed image. However, God's understanding is boundless, all-encompassing, a vast ocean to our small puddle of understanding. It is an understanding that perceives the scenario, not just a piece of the puzzle, but the whole picture. Something we as humans are incapable, we submit to God in this way. We're acknowledging his sovereignty over every facet of our lives, personal, professional, dreams and fears. This submission not a sign of defeat, but rather a sign of strength. It is a pathway victory as viewed in God's kingdom, a victory not measured standards, but by heavenly ones. The verse then promises divine direction and purpose, a divine promise that isn't empty or hollow, but full of meaning and fulfillment. It assures that though our journey might seem convoluted, confusing, and filled with obstacles, God is leading us towards his intended destination. This destination isn't arbitrary, but one that is carved out by his hands. It's a spiritual blueprint for a life of faith and success, teaching us to trust in God's love, lean on His wisdom, submit to His lordship, and follow His divine guidance that will never lead us astray. This verse is a roadmap, one that is full of twists and turns, but ultimately leading to a life of fulfillment and abundance. The spiritual depth of this verse is truly, truly profound, guiding us to trust in God and submit to His will. But what does this mean for us today? How can we apply this ancient wisdom in our modern lives? Proverbs 3, 5, 6 is an ancient scripture providing a comprehensive roadmap for everyday living grounded in faith. It all begins with, trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. This beautiful encased wisdom urges us to place our unwavering trust in the divine entity that we acknowledge as God, particularly during times that are challenging or difficult. When we are faced with hardships, it's easy to succumb to the overwhelming wave of despair. However, this scripture reminds us to hold on and trust in God's divine plan, trusting in His wisdom over our limited perception. The second of the scripture emphasizes submitting to God's authority in every single facet of our lives, from the most intimate relationships we cherish to the professional careers we pursue. This aspect is crucial because it underlines the importance of seeking God's counsel in decision-making, irrespective of whether they are big or small decisions. It's about acknowledging God's presence and making Him an integral part of our everyday routine and life. The scripture promises He will make your paths straight. It's essential to recognize this as not a promise of a life devoid of problems, but rather a life guided, directed, and illuminated. The path straightened by God might not always be devoid of obstacles, but it is guaranteed to lead us towards growth and fulfillment. We might still face trials and tribulations, but we would have the unshakable faith and strength to overcome them. To practically live this wisdom, we ought to foster a daily relationship with God. This relationship could manifest in various ways, through prayer, through meditation, through acts of kindness and service. It would mean involving God in our joys and our sorrows, our triumphs and our failures. It also means seeking His guidance in decision-making, trusting His plan, even confusion, and remembering that faith is not a smooth road, but a journey with highs, lows, twists, and turns. Yet at the end of it all, it's a journey worth enduring. As we embark on this journey of faith, it's crucial to remember that faith is not merely a destination, but a journey of highs and lows, of trials and triumphs. And through it all, it's about holding on to God's hand and allowing Him to guide us through. This is the timeless wisdom of Proverbs 3, 5, 6. But what does this mean for us today? How can we apply this ancient wisdom in our modern lives? Incorporating these principles into our lives can lead us down a path of unshakable faith and undeniable. As we reflect on Proverbs 3, 5, 6, let's consider how we can personally apply this wisdom into our lives. This verse from the Bible is an intimate call to surrender and trust with all our heart. It's not just about reciting it, but it's about fully understanding and living it. This passage is a gentle reminder to relinquish our reliance on our own understanding and instead to dare to trust in a higher power. It's about releasing control, letting go of what we think we know and opening ourselves up to a higher wisdom, a divine design that surpasses human comprehension. Can you imagine a life where we consciously make an effort to live this verse in our day-to-day lives? What if we put our complete trust in the Lord, not just in moments of crisis of our lives? To trust in the Lord with all our hearts, we need to confront and set aside our fears, bravely step into the unknown, and venture outside our comfort zones, firm in the belief that we are guided and protected. Acknowledging that our own understanding is limited and that our knowledge is finite doesn't rob us of our individuality. On the contrary, it invites us to be open to new perspectives and possibilities, to broaden our horizons and to learn and grow in ways we never imagined. It's about aligning ourselves with divine wisdom and making choices that reflect our faith, choices that resonate with who we are and who we aspire to be. Trusting in the Lord's wisdom promises us a life where our path is straight, where we move with purpose, direction, and clarity. It's a path where our steps are guided, where we're less likely to stumble and fall. We're assured of a divine hand to lift us up. Living this verse isn't a walk in the park. It requires faith, courage, and letting go of what we think we know. It requires stepping out into the unknown with the belief that we are guided and protected. Yet, despite the challenges, the rewards are immense. There's a deep sense of peace in knowing that our lives are guided by divine wisdom, a peace that surpasses all understanding. So how are we surrendering, trusting, understanding, and submitting to this higher wisdom? These important questions urge us to live out. They're not just questions for us as individuals, but for us as a community, all striving to deepen our trust, to grow in our faith, and to live our lives in alignment with divine wisdom. This verse serves as a guide in our journey of faith and success. As we conclude our exploration of Proverbs 3, 5, 6, let's step back and take stock of our experiences. Today we've embarked on a profound journey of faith, delving deep into the historical context of these verses that have, for centuries, offered guiding wisdom and spiritual nourishment. We have delved into the rich tapestry of history, tracing the genesis and evolution of these verses, noting the timeless truths they hold, which continue to touch hearts and minds today, crossing cultural and temporal boundaries. We've probed deeper, plunging into the spiritual core of these scriptures, the very essence of trusting in the Lord wholeheartedly. This trust, this surrender to the divine will, promises guidance from above, a beacon steering us through life's turbulent seas. We've reflected on this promise, gaining insight into the profound depth of this spiritual surrender. Our exploration has not been solely spiritual, it's been grounded in the practical realm too. We've pondered over the real-world implications of these verses, realizing their enduring relevance in our everyday lives. We've unpacked the guidance they provide, akin to a compass pointing towards a steadfast faith and achievement. They serve as a unique roadmap, navigating us towards an unwavering belief and successful life. We've also heard personal reflections and testimonials from individuals who've allowed these verses to permeate their lives. We have gleaned understanding from their experiences, underscored by the transformative power of these verses when embraced with sincerity, faithfulness, and a receptive heart. These personal journeys are a testament to the dynamic, life-changing impact of these sacred scriptures. This exploration has been enlightening, enriching, and invigorating. It has deepened our understanding, cemented our faith, and kindled our spiritual curiosity. As we sift through life's complexities, these verses serve as a lighthouse, a beacon of hope, and a guide. Your journey doesn't stop here. Keep exploring, keep learning, and keep growing in your spiritual journey. Your active participation, your poignant questions, your thoughtful interactions, they are all invaluable to us. We thank you for your presence, your engagement, and your enthusiasm. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more enlightening content, engaging discussions, and soulful explorations. Until next time, may your paths be made. Before we bid farewell, let's pause for a moment of reflection. We've embarked on a significant expedition together, traversing the profound landscapes of Proverbs 3, 5, 6. We've mined deep into the rich soil of wisdom, retrieving pearls of understanding that will serve us in our journey of life. We've not merely skimmed the surface, but we've delved into the depths of these verses' historical context, penetrating its spiritual significance and exploring how these verses can act as torches to light our path in this world. We've tapped into the heart of faith, listening to heartfelt personal reflections that have spoken of the remarkable transformative power of faith. These reflections have been a mirror, showing us the depth of our own faith and the potential it holds. They have shown us how words written centuries ago still resound with relevance and power, still touch hearts, and still guide us in our everyday lives. Now, it is your time. You have been the listener. Now we encourage you to be the speaker. How you apply these principles in your day-to-day life, what changes will you implement? We invite you to share your thoughts, your experiences, and your insights. We welcome every word, every thought, every revelation that you bring to the table. Your engagement does not merely add voices to our community, but it enriches it, fostering a space of mutual growth, mutual understanding, and mutual appreciation. We encourage you to leave your thoughts in the comments section below or reach out to us across various social media platforms. We are here, ready to engage, ready to listen. We are ready to continue this journey of discovery together, to create a symphony of voices that echo with wisdom and understanding. Thank you once again for joining us. we graciously invite you to continue this journey with us. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell to ensure you stay updated with our latest content. We promise to keep serving wisdom and understanding wrapped in words, tailored to inspire you. Until our paths cross again on this journey of wisdom, may your paths be made straight and your faith remain strong. Remember, every step you take is a step closer to wisdom and understanding.